Coaching is becoming a commodity in 2026. What was once a leverageable business model is now not only a red sea, but also a rotten sea. I mean, when Netflix TV stars are literally resorting to building their own coaching business, you know the industry is screwed. But do not fear, because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to future-proof your coaching business for 2026 and create a system that is simple, that can add another 20K to what you're currently doing, or if you're not doing anything at all, you're gonna hit 20K. We're gonna keep it simple, no complex Miro board sales process. We're gonna keep it scalable, a single offer, super high ticket that makes it really leverageable to run your coaching business. And the crazy part is you do not need a lot of followers, because I'm gonna show you how to build that micro coaching brand that's so premium, people are gonna beg you to buy your offer. Real quick, before we get into the video, if you want my entire $8,000 program, yes, the one that I would sell people for $8,000, if you want that for free, I'm giving it to you for free. If you're a coach that changes lives, whether it's in somebody's business, fitness, wellness, mindset, whatever you're coaching on, if you truly believe that you change lives, I'm gonna give you my $8,000 program completely for free. But here's the catch. You have to join my Skool community, where I'm going to be dropping it completely for free, but you have to do that before November 28th. Otherwise, you'll never have the chance to get this again. I like rewarding fast action takers, the ones who can literally scroll 3 inches below, tap the link, join, and you're going to get the program completely for free. So it's for action takers. Go ahead, click that link in the description. Let's get into it. So how are we going to win in 2026? How are we going to future-proof our coaching business? Well, there's simply 5 steps that I'm currently doing at the moment, and the last step is something that I am about to implement in order to make my business much more leverageable. Got to stick all the way to the end. The last one, there's some secret sauce in there. But step 1, what we want to do is stop coaching. Okay, we do not want to sell coaching. We're going to want to lean into our unique mechanisms. I'll be going over that. Step 2 is we build a belief system in our method. And then step 3, fuck the secret funnels. We're going to build a simple funnel and then fix it. And then step 4, we're going to lean into connection, authenticity, and presenting yourself as a leader online without needing a huge following. And then step 5, we're going to leverage micro AI tools to scale one-on-one coaching to have more intimacy. Okay, so let's get into step number 1. But before I get into it, I really need to tell you a story so you can understand unique mechanisms and how this all works. So, when I was growing my agency, which was a done-for-you agency, I scaled it all the way up to 500,000 within a year. And honestly, it was something more around like a 700,000. Just don't have the other payment processing screenshots, but really it was a done-for-you agency, and what we were doing is editing and scripting for people. Okay, nothing that crazy, right? But we were able to sell our services for $10,000 a month, and we were selling like packages of 20 Instagram reels. Okay, the reason why we were able to do that is because that vehicle of just editing and scripting at the time and just posting for people, it was new. Okay, it was a new vehicle, super easy to sell. Social media was new. This is like when people were taking podcasts and clipping it up and bringing it over to TikTok. Okay, so it was super simple for us to sell that. So the problem is, if I tried that right now, that vehicle is dead, right? Social media isn't so flashy. People have really improved on the offer. People also realize like just 20 posts is like nothing, that costs nothing. And trying to sell that today would be extremely hard. I mean, we have people who are literally have clipping agencies and will do, thousands of videos a month for you, and only charge you 10 grand. Meanwhile, I was charging people for 20 videos for 10 grand a month. Crazy, right? But that vehicle is dead. It has essentially become a commodity because everybody started to do it. People started competing on price. People then had to create new, grander offers with more value in it that made the price of it suitable. So yeah, the point is, if I try to do that, Today it's dead. And that's the vehicle that we were selling and using to get people more views, follows, leads, and sales. And that's what's happening to coaching today. Coaching itself is a dead vehicle, especially in 2026. Nobody wants coaching anymore. What people want is a new method that's faster, better, and a guaranteed way of seeing a transformation. They do not want one-on-one coaching. So this is where we begin to, at least in my one-on-ones with everybody, is begin to mechanism engineer. Okay, it's a step-by-step process of how to develop your own unique method that's faster, better, and more guaranteed way of seeing a transformation. And we do this by, making sure that it's positioned for high ticket. It's ultimate clarity, because that's another thing that people want today. They don't want more information. They don't want coaching to give them more information. They just want a clear pathway that is new, better, unique than what they've been trying before. Okay? And they want ultimate clarity. So we help position that pathway, or we help develop that pathway that is easy to talk about, that gives your audience ultimate clarity. And that's what they really want. They're having information overload. And then we do it so you stand out in a red sea. Okay, if you present people with a new method, they're going to want that. People don't want to admit that they need to improve. A really quick example of this is, let's say I'm selling posture exercises. That's something big right now that I'm seeing. Okay. The old way of doing this would be crunches, stretches, stretching your hips or whatever. And that doesn't work. You got to try my new unique method that is going to get you a transformation, because it's much more suitable for you. That's how you want to begin to position things. We're not selling a program. We're not selling one-on-one coaching. We're not selling information. We're selling a new way of doing things that's faster, better, and is going to get you as close to as a guaranteed success as possible. And this is really the first stepping stone for developing out a micro coaching business, is coming up with your method. And this is how people like Mark do 40K a month. Sam here, who has, I don't know if you can see it, but at the time of the screenshot, 1,600 followers. He does 30K a month. And then Joey just got to 10K a month, coming from like complete zero. And then Tucker, who has 300 followers, did 30K in 45 days. Crazy stuff, right? Even Yash here did 27K in 7 days. Okay, so people, to harp on this again, and I just want to say it, like, coaching is a dead method. They don't want a health coach. They don't want a fitness coach. They don't want a wellness coach. They don't want a business coach. They want, here's my new vehicle that's going to get you to your dream state. So you have to create a new vehicle. And then that leads us into step number 2, which is building the belief in your method or in your vehicle. Okay. The more, and this is a good quote from Russell Brunson, the more you teach, the less sales you make. And what I mean by that is, this is what 99% of coaches are doing. They're trying to sell the vehicle, right? I can help you with X and Y time frame. That's a big statement that we see a lot of people make, and they're trying to sell this and teach it in order to get people to their dream scenario. But what the top 1% coaches are doing is they're selling belief first. Your viewers need to believe in your method. And once they believe in your method, purchasing literally becomes inevitable. So as soon as they believe in this is the vehicle that's going to get them to their dream scenario, they're going to want to act upon it. And the whole point is, we're not teaching anymore, right? We're not trying to teach all the frameworks that are in our current vehicle that is value content that's supposedly going to help them out. No, what we are teaching on, which is not really teaching, it's more like belief shifting, is we're teaching people though on like why our vehicle is better. We want to change their perspective into the vehicle, and we want to crush any limiting beliefs that are keeping them stuck, external, internal, that's not allowing them to fully believe in your vehicle. Once you do this, it's a different kind of teaching. We're not, giving the step-by-step how-tos. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm not giving you how to actually build out your unique mechanism and your belief system, to call myself out, breaking the fourth wall. What we're doing is building belief in the vehicle, okay? And this is what I call belief systems. You need to build a belief systems. You tap into the current identity and show them the winning identity and build your case on why your method is better than any other competitor's method. And this is really the ultimate way to stand out and not become a commodity. Step number 1, come up with your unique mechanism. Step number 2, build a belief system around that mechanism, and sales will come fluidly. This is how very tiny coaches are positioning themselves as a leader within the market and are able to sell 2K, 5K, 10K, even 12K deals with a very small following because people want to invest in a new and better method. And they need to believe in it first. So that is step number 2. Okay, step number 3, fuck the secret funnels. We're building a simple funnel and then we fix it. Okay, I don't want to complicate this any more than it needs to be. I don't want to be this guru, and a lot of people are doing this, which is, if you understand belief systems now, the only reason why a guru is talking about their secret funnel method is because they're trying to get you to believe that there is some secret thing that's going to all of a sudden scale you up. And in reality, there is no magic funnel, okay? What drives conversions at the end of the day is messaging, the belief system, the new vehicle that you're presenting. Webinars, ads, Skool funnels, VSL funnels, low ticket funnels, look, they all work at the end of the day. They all truly do work. And the thing that drives the conversion, like I said, is the messaging. And that's what we really, really, really focus on with my clients. So we keep things as simple as possible. The other thing is, what we do with my clients is we tailor the funnel to them and how their leads like to come through. A great example of this, and this is why one size does not fit all. One of our clients discovered that the webinar converts way, way, way better because he has a secret way of showcasing himself as a leader on that webinar. And the way his clients like to come in is seeing the thing that he is presenting in action. And that's what he does. Okay. And the webinar just happens to work really well with his personality and how he speaks. So he's crushing it with webinars. Another example of one size does not fit all is, let's say you have an audience that's above 30 or 35. Okay. A DM messenger funnel, like they're not going to be spending time DMing you back and forth. They're going to want to know the information. They're going to want to know, they're going to want to get their problem solved, and they're just going to need to book a call. So we do a VSL funnel, not creating any more friction, because when you do a DM messenger, you're lengthening your sales cycle. So all these people are that spewing this bullshit of flywheels, this, that, this, like complete fucking bullshit. You need to build something out that's custom. You need to understand how funnels work and build the one that's right for you. And that's what we really work on. That's what I help coach my one-on-one clients with. And to make it a little bit easier for you though, there are really 4 things that we're doing that I think makes things run much better, much more efficient. Number 1 is Instagram. And we use this to drive connection and awareness. More on that in a second. Number 2 is just that simple funnel I'm talking about. We're either running profile ads, bringing it over to Instagram, people over to Instagram following, VSL funnel or webinar funnel. And then this is really ultimately here for efficiency and not, needing to rely on the algorithm, because that's one of the worst things to do. Spend all this time creating a video and then all of a sudden it flops. Like there's nothing worse than that. So you build out ads and you run a simple funnel, and we just work on tweaking it. We look into the numbers, be a CEO, see the bottleneck within the funnel, See where people are getting hung up and fix it instead of, funnel hopping like a lot of people do. And it's not your fault that you do it because you're just sold that there's this next secret funnel that's all going to suddenly scale you. I mean, I know people that are literally running the most crappiest funnels with the most dog shit looking header and VSL, and it's fucking crushing for them because it works for their niche. So we look into that. Number 3 is long form. Eventually, once you scale past 20K, or you just started on Instagram, we do want to implement long form. This is just another way to gain efficiency and then also gain that massive trust and belief in you that is needed. Number 4, a great funnel always has a sales asset. Okay, you can use Skool as a sales asset, VSL, or some sort of lead magnet. This is ultimately there to drive contacts so we can message people, have conversations, and which ultimately, if you have conversations, this leads to sales. So a sales asset is really important, whether you're using this post-booking to sell your offer even more, or whether you're running an ad to it, or whether you're running ManyChat sequences to collect leads through Instagram and push this video towards somebody or some sort of sales asset to really just create awareness in your offer, create belief in your offer. So a great funnel consists of connection, authenticity, lead collection, and a sales asset. I'm going to put another one here, which is sustainability, which is ultimately like ads. It's making it super efficient there. So that is step number 3. We build simple funnels and then we fix it. I'm not here to sell you some crazy funnel thing. I don't know what else you want from me. Okay. Step number 4 here, what we're now doing with our Instagram content is leaning into connection and authenticity to position yourself as a leader. This is another tool to become a micro coach and not need a lot of followers in order to sell high ticket offers. People are looking for authenticity more than ever. It's the new SaaS symbol. Because as much as we want to get people to believe in our method, which is huge, there's another thing we need to get people to believe in, and that is you. In order for somebody to invest into you, they need to see you as a leader. So in 2026, viewers are ultimately fed up with information, how-to type value content, and they want a leader to invest into. Anybody can do how-to content. Go to ChatGPT. It's going to give you a great piece of video where you go step 1, step 2, step 3. Anybody can do that. Not everybody can change perspective. I like to say this is the difference between teaching somebody the step-by-step how to fish. Step 1, put bait on your hook. Step 2, cast the reel. Step 3, freaking wait for 5 hours. And step 4, freaking reel in that fish once it bites, right? That's the how-to. The perspective shift or the belief shift is, hey buddy, you've been fishing in the wrong pond. The reason why you're waiting 5 hours is because there's no fish in that pond. This one over here, right? You see that? That has a lot more fish in it. Go fish in it. Boom. And what do we do there? We change the belief, we change the perspective, and now all of a sudden, they take action. This is how we get people to convert. This is how we showcase yourself as a leader. Leaders know insights, okay? And the other things that we're doing here is building out a cult, and we do this by sharing your mission, sharing your values, and then sharing your method of transformation and why it works and the benefits to it, sharing an identity or tailoring your content to an identity and showcasing that identity, and also sharing your beliefs and shifting beliefs. This is all the ingredients, if you will, that positions yourself as a leader. And this is what people want to invest into. They don't want to invest into the person who can give away the most information. They want to invest into the person that looks more like a leader than anybody else. And how we do this inside my one-on-one, we give people the buyer's menu. Really cool tool here. It's just really a list of ingredients to attract high-ticket buyers that convert through organic content. So these are ingredients you put into your content. And I'm going to give you a secret ingredient here. If you want more, just click the link below. Book a call with me, no pressure. We can just see what's going on in your business, and things align, we'll work with each other. But I'm going to give you a secret ingredient. Okay. The first one is live out your offer. Now for you, that's going to be something completely different from me. Okay. This is how you begin to be a leader. But an example of this, a really easy, clear-cut example, I'm sure you've seen this if you've been in this space at all, is, one of my clients here, like, how can he showcase he's a leader? Well, Jamil here is a sales coach. He helps people sell more stuff, get better at the sales process. And what's the ultimate way to show that he's living out his offer, which makes him a leader? Show that he's closing deals. When you show that you're closing deals, you show that you know what you're talking about when you're coaching people, you're living out your offer. Therefore, you are a leader and people are going to invest in that. So that's one ingredient out of, I believe there's like 8 to 12 ingredients that I will give you. Really, really super valuable stuff. Once again, the whole point is people want to invest into leaders. So step number 5 on how I'm future-proofing my coaching business and some of the things that I'm helping other coaches implement at the moment, which is really, really cool, is leveraging micro AI tools to scale one-on-one coaching and to have more intimacy. Your $5,000 video course, if you have one, is simply being turned into a $25 chat GBT subscription. This is why I am giving away my course completely for free. Go ahead, click the link below. It's there completely for free, giving it away. You can only get it before Black Friday, so you gotta get into it right now. But I'm giving away my program for free. It goes over a lot of information on how to scale your coaching business. Here's the thing though, people don't want information anymore. They want their identity to be shifted, because when you shift somebody's identity, the actions of being successful naturally follow, right? If you have the identity of I'm a healthy person, I'm a fit person, you just naturally go to the gym. That's why working out becomes easy for you, and you naturally eat the right things. That's why you don't become fat. So people want their identity shifted. Here's the thing though, information alone does not cause an identity shift. One way, this is just one way, there's a lot of ways to do this, and I just erased it, but one way is implementation. Implementation, doing the thing that the successful person does is what begins to create an identity shift. That's how you boil down like how to actually shift your identity. You could create a whole nother video on this to shift your identity to a business leader. That's something that we work on inside our program. But to really just boil it down and make it as simple as possible, if you want your identity shifted, you just have to think and act like the person who's already successful. So, this doesn't, if you're trying to shift your identity to be a CEO who can do a 50K to 100K a month business, it's not about waking up and having a crazy morning routine. It's about doing things in your business, making the right decisions for your business that the CEO would do, right? So that's how you shift your identity to like the dumbest way, or not the dumbest way, but in the most simplest way possible. It's a little bit more in depth than that, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use that. So implementation is huge. People don't want to go through a video course. They don't want to learn more information. Probably by the time that they're purchasing into you, they believe so much in your offer. They know about it. Their awareness is raised. Now you just need to get them to act and give them a clear-cut pathway. And to get them to act, one thing that I am currently implementing, and so are a lot of other coaches, is micro AI tools for speedy implementation. So it's taking the frameworks that you have in your business that you had to teach people or how to have people fill out, and turning it into an AI bot. So to explain this a little bit better, I'm just going to give you examples of what I'm developing. Okay, one of them is a program bot. Here's a bot. You go to ChatGPT. It's one that I specifically created with my frameworks that shows you how to develop out your program step by step. and then also make it a no-brainer offer, right? That's a bot. It takes about literally like 10 minutes instead of watching a whole video of me explaining how to do it. You just go to ChatGPT with our bot, ask you a few questions, type in a few things, boom, your program's created. Sales script bot, same exact thing. Instead of watching a whole video on how to develop out a sales script and why you're doing this, you just go to my bot and say, hey, here's my niche. Here's some of the objections I get. Here's some of the past sales calls I've had and conversations. Come up with a sales script for me. And it uses my specific framework to come up with that. Role-playing bot. This one's a really fun one. Can't wait to introduce this to my current clients. But it's a bot where you can literally role play, get you to implement and practice the thing that you should be doing, which is role playing your objections. So you can role play with a bot and you'll be prepared by the time you get on a call. Number 4, sales call analysis bot. Instead of me taking my time to analyze an entire 30-minute to an hour-long sales call of a client of mine, plug in the bot. The bot's trained on exactly how I would coach somebody on a sales call and how to go about it properly. And it, just in 10 seconds, gives you all the information you need to know about where you went wrong on the call. So the real reason why I'm doing all this, there's other ones here too. The real reason why I'm doing this is my clients can have that quick implementation and fast action. But the great thing is I gain so much more leverage and time back. And my clients start winning better because they're implementing, they're taking action. And that's where a lot of people in programs get hung up. So this is giving me like a whole new program. And I know what you're thinking, like, okay, Brett, this is some things that you're doing. Hopefully that sparked some ideas and what kind of bots you can create. Just one idea I had here, like if you're a fitness coach and you require people to get a blood work test, and based off of that blood work test, you come up with a tailored program, supplements, nutrition protocol, whatever, right? Well, what if you just created a bot that analyzed their blood work and then tailored, whatever their blood work is saying to, how you go about your nutrition protocol, your supplement protocol, and just popped out a sheet of exactly like what they should be doing. Boom. You gain leverage. They implement much quicker. It's a win-win for everybody. And the real key there is people are looking for intimacy. Seeing success isn't a cold machine that you're brought through like video modules and all that. Really scaling your business or even scaling your fitness, your health, your wellness, your mindset, whatever you're coaching on, it's in the nuances. It's in the intimacy. It's the actual coaching portion that guides people, that leads people in the right direction. And, one-on-one isn't scalable, but it can be. And you can do it really well now with AI. So you leverage AI to free up your time so you can spend more one-on-one time, more intimate relationships with your client, and they're going to have a much, much better experience. They're going to see much more success, and you can really focus on those nuances. So creating bots, really, really cool, super exciting to add into everything. But yeah, this is ultimately how you are going to not only survive, but thrive in 2026 and future-proof your coaching business. Step 1, you got to stop being a commodity here. Develop your unique way that's better, faster, and more of a guaranteed success than the all the other ways people are trying to sell your clients on. Step 2, build a belief system in your method. Now that you have a new method that's not a coaching program, it's not one-on-one calls or a program, or video modules that you're sending people through. It's a new way of doing things. It's a method. Now you got to build belief into it. So this is where you craft your belief system. You plug that belief system into a simple funnel that follow all the core principles of a funnel that's designed for you and your clients, your strengths, your weaknesses, all that stuff. And then step 4, lean into connection and authenticity to position yourself as a leader through Instagram, through YouTube. Step 5, leverage micro AI tools to scale one-on-one coaching to have more intimacy, which ultimately gives your clients more success, which feeds back into your marketing. That's pretty much it. If you want my free program on how to scale your coaching business, this is the one that I sold for $8,000 all the way up to $12K. It's completely for free. You got to join my school. But if you do not join before Black Friday ends, which is November 28th, you'll never have the chance to get it. So join now, get it, go through it, implement it.